We're down here on the floor of the stock exchange, and I do want to bring in my guest. He joined me earlier with a specific expertise in the technology and AI space. Zhao, of course, of Millennial Capital, joins me here on the floor of the stock exchange. Joe, stock's opening fractionally lower, but I know you were telling us earlier you're still very positive on the markets. What do you make of this open?
Yeah, look, usually in October, markets don't move too much on either direction because the big allocators are watching the direction of the election. So post-elections, usually you see more of a sigh of relief and markets start going in either direction. So I expect October to be much more muted. But if you take a step back and look at the fundamentals, we have a positive GDP, positive earnings growth rates, lowering interest rates and expanding multiples. So that sets up the financial markets for equity markets for a really good rebound.
You follow the technology space very closely, of course, invest in companies that have a hand in cloud and artificial intelligence. What is Oracle doing right in this space?
Yeah, for context, we're a venture capital firm based in New York. We're investors in many of these pre-IPO stage tech companies like Lambda, Anthropic, Cohere, Stability, and et cetera, et cetera. And Oracle is one of the big cloud players along with AWS, Azure, Microsoft, Google, and DigitalOcean and the likes. And so when you look at AI, there's really two pieces of AI. There's the applications, there's the foundations. In the foundations, there's three pieces. There's cloud, there's data, and there's large language models. So when you think about the cloud, there's the big three, Oracle, and some of the smaller players like DigitalOcean. So Oracle is a provider of cloud service, of GPU services and CPU services for technology companies to build their AI applications on. And so Oracle works with AI companies like Cohere to provide AI application software, AI programming software, and AI cloud services in a bundle, so that if I'm an entrepreneur, let's say I'm building a healthcare app to detect cancer using data, right? Well, I need to train the data on a model, and so all that is being done on Oracle servers with Cohere, for example. And the like, Anthropic works with Amazon, Oracle works with Cohere, and OpenAI works with Microsoft. So this is sort of the landscape of the AI market, if you will.
And for our viewers, Joe, Cohere is a private company that you invested in, right?
Correct.
So talk to me a bit about some of the companies that you've invested in from a technology standpoint in this space that have made their way to the public markets. Some, in fact, actually listed here at the stock exchange.
Yeah, so in the last cycle, I was very fortunate to have invested in a few companies that have gone public on the NYSE, for example, DigitalOcean, Palantir. And so I think, when you think back at the last cycle going to 2021, this cycle from 2023 to probably for the next 5 to 10 years, what are the most relevant qualifications for a pre-IPO company to really do well? Well, I think you got to come with the same package as before, which is revenue, margins, earnings growth, path to profitability. But I think what's more in this cycle is, as a company, you have to really convince the street that, hey, we are relevant in the age of AI. Because AI is just like the internet 30 years ago. You have to have a plan to incorporate AI or be compatible with it. And so my suggestion to the CFOs who are prepping for IPOs is to obviously prep your numbers, prep your story, but also prep an appendix on, hey, here's how our business model is going to evolve with AI, and here's how we're going to be competitive and relevant, so that we don't become obsolete in 10 years.
Sunny Singh, who heads up the financial services division within Oracle, he's an executive vice president, is going to join me momentarily, Joe, after he comes down from that bell podium to celebrate the open here. Are there specific questions that you have for him as to how the company is utilizing AI and the cloud when it comes to the financial services industry?
Yeah, look, I think the biggest question is, when do we see the ROI? And I think that's one of the kind of the negative voices in the market is we're making all these investments in chips and data, right? When are we going to get that actual ROI measured in earnings, customers? I'm already seeing that in sort of across our portfolio and in the companies that I track. But I think the question really is, how do you convince your customers that, hey, AI is really making a big difference? My own take is these investment cycles take years to play out, because you make an investment now to reap the rewards economically, financially, in terms of profits over years. So my suggestion is to, my own opinion is to be patient and really believe in the story, and to really let it play out, and not to make a judgment on quarterly earnings to make a conclusion on that stock.
Joe, you've been such a great guest. We had to get you back for a second round here today, of course, because of your take on the overall markets and specifically this technology space and artificial intelligence. That's Joe Zhao with Millennial Capital. Joe, thank you.